Hello friends, James Corbett here, CorbettReport.com, doing an AMA on the conspiracy subreddit today. So if you're watching this live as it's dropping on YouTube, please go over to Reddit. The link will be in the show notes. But for those who are coming in later, anyway, this is a question from Orangutan, who writes, why do you think left-leaning socialist-style leaders are so much more likely to be assassinated than corporate-friendly right-leaning leaders? Salvador Allende, Muammar Gaddafi, JFK, RFK, MLK Jr, Mohammad Mossadegh, Jose Velasco, Jacobo Arbenz, etc. It's happened so numerous amount of times I can't remember them all. When the CIA goes overseas and overthrows a government or kills a leader that is more interested in nationalizing their natural resources and using them to benefit their own people through education, healthcare, and infrastructure programs. This seems to be the biggest threat to the American deep state or CIA types. Would you agree with this assessment? Thank you very much for the question. I take what you're saying there, and I would partially agree. I agree with what you're saying. I think we have to understand it in the proper context. But yes, there has been time after time after time where the CIA has destabilized, overthrown, and assassinated left-leaning socialist-type leaders in various places who were looking to nationalize various resources or areas or assets for the government. Now, I think the reason for that is clearly, especially, I mean, it's so crystal clear now that we can look back at 50, 60, 70 years ago in terms of who was in the CIA and who were they employed by and what were they doing. I mean, it was all made up of Wall Street lawyers at a certain point, Dulles being a prime example of that. And their interests were for their corporate clients on Wall Street and elsewhere. Who had specific interests and specific resources in specific countries. And so, of course, any leader that's going to come along and threaten to nationalize that absolutely is going to be a threat. So they have to be taken care of. Conversely, obviously, military dictators or whatever who are happy to play ball with corporate America will not get assassinated, will not get overthrown, at least not until such time as it is expedient to do so. And then they get thrown under the bus, like a Hussein or whatever. So, yes, so I agree with that. But I don't think that means that the answer to all problems is to have a socialist government that nationalizes all resources. I think that is just a particular threat to the particular corporate leanings that clearly puppeteered and probably puppeteer a large part of the intelligence community in the United States. What is actually good for the people of a given country may not necessarily depend on that. I think whether or not the CIA is going to be involved in overthrowing their country is only one of the things, and I think if we're thinking of an ideal political system, it would come in a different way. Anyway, thanks for the question, Orangutan.